I had the opportunity to speak with Bob Lang, who is a retired senior citizen here in Richmond, Virginia. I first met Bob and his wife Amy through a local book club. They're both voracious readers. Each one of them reads over 50 books a year. Amy first told me that Bob was an avid cyclist and that he had ridden his bike coast to coast across America, not once but 3 times. Each of his trips took a different route. His last trip was in 2009, when he was approaching his 74th birthday. He pedaled from San Francisco to Portsmouth, Maine, over 3,800 miles in 52 days. Bob used to run marathons too, but he gave that up after running his last one at the age of 70. Now, at 78, Bob concentrates on cycling. He rides every day, with a typical jaunt being a 40 to 50 miler up and back to the Ashland coffee shop. I was very pleased when Bob agreed to talk to me about his life and share some of his insights into maintaining a healthy and active lifestyle well into old age. Here's some of what Bob had to say. How long have you been, cycling, exercising, keeping in great shape?
Well, I've been exercising all my life. I started cycling when I was about 6 years old. I used to commute to work from here to downtown Richmond. And then when I lived in Connecticut, I commuted to work too. And it was about 13 and a half miles each way. And every trip I go on, I'm always the oldest person.
I'm not surprised.
I got to show you something. The last cross-country trip, the people that put it on had kind of like a banquet and the gag thing, and they gave me this. They said I was the oldest person on the trip that was able to play with these with dinosaurs. Most of the guys that I've been biking with are dead. I mean, but 2 of my good friends that, and a guy I biked from Maine to Richmond with, he just fell off his bike with a heart attack and dropped dead.
Is that right?
Another fellow died in Florida, so, it's kind of...
Yeah.
It's hard for me to find people my age to bike with.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
My father had a saying for me. He always said, Bobby doesn't know the difference between discomfort and pleasure. Here's this little idea I have. It might say age is a state of mind.
Are there any secrets or things that you've learned about longevity, aging well?
Exercise, eat well, have a good spouse. It's just like Amy's always been my support group, and we've been married 50. How many years you been married, Amy?
56.
56 years.
Wow. Can you tell me, are there any differences that when, say, biking now versus like 20 years ago as far as your what you can do or limitations, or is there any difference?
Well, I get tired a lot more now,
Okay.
and it takes me longer to recover. Like this trip that we just got back,
Right.
Monday I was really beat, so
Right.
So I find I have to rest more. I can still bike all day long, and like this trip, I didn't have a chance to take a nap or anything when I was biking, all day, and go to bed early. Like most people want to go out and party, but I can't do that anymore.
Right.
So I find that the biggest thing is it takes me longer to recover.
Any particular diet that you follow?
No, I try to eat right, and fortunately Amy's an excellent cook, and so I try. Well, I eat fast foods and everything, but I just try to eat right. Balance my meals. We don't go overboard with anything. Just kind of moderation. More on a vegetarian style, but we do eat meat.
Really?
Eat a lot of pasta. Of course, I like a little glass of red wine. My dad lived to be 98, and he said that wine in Florida's kept him alive all those years.
A week later, Bob and I went on a short bike ride together, and we talked some more. I'm convinced that Bob's lifestyle has enabled him to live a healthy, happy life and to truly age well. Some keys to his success are regular exercise, a balanced diet and eating in moderation, a daily multivitamin, a loving spouse and family who support him, reading books to keep his mind active, volunteering to help others at church, local hospital, or through the Knights of Columbus organization he belongs to. Living the golden rule, that is, to treat others as you would like to be treated. having good longevity genes in his family. Bob's mom and dad lived until their late 90s. And, if possible, to have a guardian angel that looks out for you. I hope Bob and I can do some more bike rides together in the future. I suspect there's a lot more I can learn from him, and I know I'll enjoy the camaraderie. Ride on, Bob.